Right, let's get my headset adjusted. Position set up. Right. Okay, hopefully this is all working okay. Hi, I'm Juicer71 and this is Crazy Machines VR. I'm playing on PlayStation VR with the PS4 Pro. This is the, I suppose, the menu area. Start of the game. In somebody's hall. You got little foot marks to tell you where you're meant to be standing. These little battery things represent the levels that I've completed. As you can see, I'm probably about halfway through. Yeah, because I'm up to 21 and there's 40 different levels in the game. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the first, say, 3 levels, because I don't want to spoil the game too much. But I just wanted to introduce the concepts of the game so you can see what it's like. And I'm probably going to do a full review at some point when I finish the rest of the game. So without further ado, grab the first battery. Put it in there. Now with the grab, it's actually on the move button on the front of the controller, which is a bit weird because everybody uses triggers, so I'm not sure why it's using that, but there we go. Put that in there. Bit of a loading screen. First loading screen always takes a little while to load the game in. Subsequent levels tend to be a lot quicker.
Huh? What happened this time? I'm afraid the fuse has blown again. Unfortunately, it doesn't replace itself on its own. But wait! My time machine, brilliant me, if I just turn back time to when the light was still on. Therefore, I just need to press this big green button on the time machine.
Let's press that.
Eureka! And the light comes back on. So, where was I now? Oh, right. I wanted to open this mysterious package on the left side of my table. I received it today from an unknown sender. With the help of a bit of what is maybe my slightly complicated machinery. Now, I have to use the time machine again. Ugh, what is wrong with me? There are still some parts missing. They are all in my very convenient all-purpose suitcase on the right side next to my table. Careful now, placing it in the right spot.
Right, so I'll just do a quick explanation. In the game you're playing as the professor, which is the little diagram there, that certificate. That's the guy you're playing, so the voice you're hearing is kind of the voice in your head, as you're kind of talking to yourself. Now, the game tends to take place, you stand on the one spot, a bit like this. So for every level, it's stationary, and you're set up with a contraption such as this. So if you ever played the game Mousetrap or seen that Honda advert with the all the car parts sort of linked together, it's essentially what you're trying to do, and you have to complete the puzzles based on the items that are in the suitcase. Obviously the first one's pretty easy because it's there's only the one item. So you use this to set the time back, and that resets the level. And then I grab this. Now you will get a number of different locations where you can put the item, which are highlighted by these blue things. And then the idea is that you have to then figure out which places you can actually put the item. So I could pop it there, and I could start the level.
All right. Now
and that just falls down there because everything's kind of physics based. So anything that doesn't have a platform under it will fall if it's not fastened. But obviously some things like this and this are fastened in place. It only seems to apply to things you put in the world. That again. So take that off there. And it did suggest to put it up there. So I'll play this so you can see what happens.
Okay, and now the other parts.
So it gets this far, and we've got a few extra parts to place. Reset the level. Now we've only got a few places we can put stuff. So with the cog there, that's where that's going to go. We've got a domino. Goes there. A boxing glove, which will go there. And they just click into place. Now you can play this with a DualShock as well. The way it works with a DualShock is when you look at various items, like if I looked at that or that, it gives you a little X on the screen. So if you press X, it actually interacts with it. Although it makes an annoying clack noise, that sort of noise where I put this in place, that click, it does that every time you look at something, which can get a bit annoying. And there doesn't seem to be a way of turning that off, so move controllers are definitely the way to go. You don't even need two, actually. One move controller is perfectly adequate for the game. So, going back to this, as you can see, the pieces that I've placed are flashing, so that's how you can tell which ones are yours and which ones are the items that are in the world. Graphics are nice and sharp. Nothing's particularly massive polygon counts, so worlds are quite simple. It's a fairly detailed environment, this one. It's not too bad. But the graphics are really nice. It's pretty detailed. So I'll kick this machine off. There's the rope, have to spin that. Does that. Car goes along.
What a fascinating creature. I think this interesting discovery requires an intensive examination. For scientific purposes only, of course. My newly built scanner comes into use just at the right time. So, let's go. It just needs some tiny adjustments.
This is the point where the level's finished, so you actually press that to go on to the next. These things are the... I've forgotten the name of them. The clumsy corns, that's it. They're called clumsy corns. I think they're a staple of the flat version of the game. There was a few, I think it got up to Crazy Machines 3 on PC, and this is the first of the VR ones. The game revolves around these guys. Slightly dubious storyline in some places, because you actually kind of experiment on them, so... Not sure how you feel about that one, but there we go. Click next to go on to the next level.
My mysterious little creature. My ingenious scanner seems set and ready to go. With its help, I might be able to finally learn something about your undiscovered kind. I just have to activate it. Yes, I know there might be an easier way to do things, but like this it is much more fun. The wooden boxes over there have to hit the switch of the scanner.
So if I press that to turn back. This is always covered until the early narrative's finished, and then you can start on with that. So when this starts, that rolls down, sets the dominoes off, that flicks the switch, fires that. So I have got all these pieces to place. So we start with the cog, which is obviously going to go there. Now for these first few puzzles, it is pretty obvious where everything goes. But as you get into the game, the suitcase tends to have more items in it, so it's a slightly bigger suitcase, more items, and there's more places to put the items than there are items. So you'll have blank spaces, so it makes it a lot more tricky. Now, on the PC version of this, you could actually, there was no sort of fixed places to put things, you could stick them anywhere in the level. So some people who come from PC might think, oh, you know, that's dumbed down a bit because it tells you where to put everything. But that's not really, it's not too bad. As you get into it, still, some of the puzzles are still quite complicated, and there's a bit of trial and error to work out where everything's going. So I've got the cog in there. See what else I need. I've got the boxing glove there. So I think I'm going to need another one of them there. Press that. That's going to go across there. That's going to hit the rocket. The rocket's going to go and trigger this. So I assume that's going to go there. Knock the ball onto. So when that falls, that's going to spin that. That's going to take the ball onto the switch. Power this up. That's going to spin the arm round and take the blocks down. Off we go. Flick the switch. Fires that, which it's like a light power generator. There's the car. Rocket goes up. Triggers that. There. That's the thing. Turns the arm round onto the switch.
Subject of the species, clumsy corn, a hyperdimensional life form. Individuals of this species love to sleep and they can gobble up tons of food. Attention. Avoid any physical stimuli at all cost.
All right, a clumsy corn then. But what did it say about physical stimulations? It's probably for the best not to try this at all. Oh no! What is happening? My scanner is going crazy and there is some really strange data. Incredible. The clumsy corn seems to emit a vast amount of energy. Maybe it is a good idea to take a closer look at this reaction after all. This could prove to be very interesting.
Okay, it's ready to hit the next one. One of the things I have noticed is that sometimes the noise of the contraption, especially like fans and things like that, and the truck, they're quite loud in comparison to the voiceover, so sometimes it obscures it a little bit. Not too bad, most of the time it's fine, but I've gone back in time. Clear the next level.
So, physical stimulation of the clumsy will lead to unknown consequences. Looks like I have to run a few more tests just to make sure exactly how it works. If I ever need help with my contraptions, I can ask it if need be. Luckily, I don't have to, but sometimes I am a bit forgetful. Geniality does sometimes come with a price. My assistant bot is in fact one of my most ingenious inventions so far, but his personality parameters are unbearable. These malfunctions have nothing to do with the spilled coffee, I think. Well then, for a short summary of my contraption, I just have to push the button on top of its head. Or I can then grab a part and move it into the spherical scanning area at the front. But I can't ask it that often anyway. It has to recharge after every single piece of information. However, it has to do its duty when I need it to. So, I have prepared the examination device already, but this age-old drive needs a little jolt to get it working.
Right, so that's this is like a helper bot. Now, the problem with this, it's kind of a good thing and it's kind of a problem at the same time. You can use any item, which I'll show you in a minute if I just press
the motor a push by hitting it with the arm attached to the gear.
That's what it says. Give the motor a push by hitting it with the arm attached to the gear. So that's what you need to do. It's giving you a hint on what you're meant to do in the level. Now, if I get any item like this and I scan it,
I don't expect anything from you anymore. And now I am still disappointed.
Dr. Oculus VR said, evening.
Well,
hello, Dr. Oculus. Welcome to the stream.
I have to place this part.
Right, so as you saw with that, I scanned that piece and it tells you exactly where it needs to go. And there's only a little short timeout before you can use it again. So in theory, you could actually go through the entire game just scanning everything and it tells you where to put it. Which kind of defeats the object because you not actually complete any of the puzzles. You can just, it stops you getting stuck, I guess, but it takes a bit of willpower to actually try and figure out the puzzles, especially when they get a bit more complex. And not just use this all the time. It would have been quite nice if that was limited and you could only use it a couple of times. But anyway, so let's see what we need to do on this if I can remember. I expect the car's going to go there. What else have we got? That's a punchy thing. Is that going to go there? That's going to punch that, so that's going to do something with there. What else have we got? I've got that, so that's going to punch that. That's going to hit that. So I shall just give this a run, see what happens.
You are only doing this for science, my dear Clumsy. Your food beckons you.
This is kind of animal experimentation, really.
Emits a vast amount of energy again. I knew it. Mesmerizing. If I only knew who sent me this mysterious package, or where the Clumsies come from in the first place. When I think about what I could do with all the energy of hundreds of Clumsies. Did I say hundreds? That has just given me an amazing new idea.
So yeah, the story's kind of based around these guys and him experiment on them, I guess, and trying to harness the energy from the clumsy coins. There we go. I'll do one more level of this. I don't want to go through too many, because obviously there's only 40 in the game, and it'll kind of spoil it if I do too many, so I'll do one more, and then I'll kind of show where I'm up to, so you can see how the complexity changes. Do the next level.
It's nearly done. Afterwards, I will have enough energy for the greatest invention of my life. I only need more Clumsies to generate a sufficient amount of energy. Well, loads more to be exact. To be able to fulfill this dream, I have just invented this trailblazing cloning machine. With its help, I can create a second Clumsy. If this process is successful, I can clone as many Clumsies as I want. What am I waiting for? I need this energy. My machine should get enough.
Buck 3131
So I just
said,
activate
"Hey
the
dude."
laser cannon down here.
Hello and welcome to the stream. Just been going through a couple of early levels on Crazy Machines VR. I'm just going to do this level is the last one I'm going to do because I didn't want to spoil the game too much. And then I'll just share a level where I'm up to, just so you can see the difference. So I need to figure out what this is going to do. So let's reset this. This is a while since I played this one. I can't remember what it does. Let's put the car there. It's usually a good start. What else have we got? We've got a rocket and a ball. Is that going to go there? No, it's not going to do anything. So I need, possibly need that there. That's going to hit that. So I need something to move along this way. Is that going to push, the laser going to push the ball? Let's try it, see what it does. Ball rolls down there, so that's no good. Got to do something. That's not going to do anything there. Toaster. Try the toaster. So let's see what happens with that so far. Okay, so that spins out and doesn't do a lot with it. Yeah. If I put that there, that's going to spin it. Hopefully take those onto there with the rocket. See what that does. On there. Drops the bomb. Drops onto the side. That light's on there. Close the ball. Hits that. Shoots the thing over there. And that goes onto the cloning machine.
Oh, did it actually work? I mean, of course it did. Haha! 2 clumsies! Fabulous! Nothing will stand between me and my noble prize anymore, now that I have this infinite source of energy at hand.
Oh, that's that level. Unlike the PC version, you don't appear to have any way of creating levels. Obviously, the PC flat version, not the PC VR version, because that's exactly the same. But there's the flat version. You could create. There's user created levels, and on this there isn't. It's just the ones that have been provided in the game. Like I said, there's 40 of them. So I'll go back to the main menu or the hallway, as it is. Right. So, like I say, 40 levels represented by these. And this one says 7 plus star, because these have always got like 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and star. I'm not entirely sure what star is yet. I don't know if that's going to get like. I believe there's like a couple of toy rooms where you can just play with stuff at the end. But I don't know because I haven't got there yet. But what I'll do is I'll pick one of the later ones I've done just so you can see what the difference is. I'll go for 19 actually, because that's the start of a new section. Pop that in and load it up.
Oh, what happened? Where am I? Ouch! What a wild ride. These mischievous constructs. Well, aside from feeling a bit sick, everything seems to be fine. No broken bones, but where have they taken me? This place is really strange, but it looks like all my equipment is here with me anyway, so it should be easy to leave this place. Oh. What's that? Over there on the right. A clumsy corn. Looks quite strange as well. Maybe the travel through the space rift caused it to mutate. I don't mind what it looks like as long as it produces the precious energy I need, and in that case I really have to get it.
So, like I say, this is a level that's about halfway in. I just do a reset. Now you can see there's a like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different places where I can put things. The one over there. So there's these are all the bits I've got. So you can see they've got lots more things to place, and there's lots more places to put them. So the complexity of them really go up And it adds new things as well, because this little contraption here actually reverses gravity. Or turns gravity off. So as you that adds another thing to the puzzles, because obviously, because it's physics based, as soon as gravity turns off, things are going to start floating around. You still need to try and complete the machine when you're doing that. So like I say, the complexity ramps up. It's not all as simple as the first ones, and this is only halfway through. So God knows what they were like by the time you get to the end. But so trying to figure them out the first time could take a little while. Depends how good you are at the puzzles and how you get into the mindset of how these things work. You know, sometimes you can see it straight away and just whiz through the puzzle and you're done, and other times you could be messing around with pieces for ages. But then there's this thing here with the temptation's always there to just put things in. You know, it's just trying to ignore that and try the puzzle out for yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show so far of the game. So it gives you an idea of how it works and what it looks like, and what some of the later puzzles can look like. The story follows through each section. Let's go back to the menu. Okay. Yeah, so the story as it goes through for each section. There doesn't seem to be any options, weirdly. There's like an about page. Kind of pops up a kind of a PlayStation menu. And that's it. There's no like audio options that I could find. Unless I'm just being really dumb and missing them. And that was about it. You know, I was hoping you could change the buttons and put this on the triggers, because doing it on the move buttons is just really weird. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show for now. Like I say, I'm going to try and do a full review of the game when I've completed it. So, a few more evenings, I guess. But for now, thanks for watching. I've been Jim71. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you didn't, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until then, bye for now.